is when he didn't even get in the big one. Here's Harry Gant on the 33 car, on the tail end of that draft, running in 11th position, right beside him is David Pearson. Back for the leader. Boyd first, Earnhardt second, Darrell Waltrip third, Buddy Baker fourth, Kyle Petty driving that fifth spot. Then Rutland is in sixth, Ricky Rudd is in seventh. On the back end of the lead draft, Harry Gant in the Bandit continues to watch them. Well, Harry Gant is another of those guys who's going to finish well up in this race with his qualifying speed of 192 miles an hour. Just might not, or certainly wouldn't guarantee him a spot in this race. So he's going to finish in the top 14. Gant is being shown 9th overall. I want to make a correction. I said 11th. He is 9th overall. He's in the 9-car draft on the back straightaway. He can stay in that position. He's in pretty good shape. There's old A.J. himself, Dale Earnhardt. Darrell Waltrip coming down the inside as they go into 3. Buddy Baker high, Darrell low, and behind Darrell Waltrip there, number 09, that's Phil Elliott is fourth. A.J. Foyt takes that car number 14 to Cale Yarborough to drive in the Clash, the race among the 16 pole cars of a year ago. Turning over to A.J., or rather to Cale, after Cale's car had turned over and gone upside down, backwards into the wall at 200 miles per hour. Tremendous esprit de corps among these drivers, and now here's A.J. leading this event, looking to win it, as he did for the Wood Brothers back in 1972 on Sunday. The all-time legend of American motor racing has never looked better. Here he is right in front with Earnhardt in second, right on the rear. Check this. Back to that nice and 10th place battle. Ron Bouchard in number 47, Bill Elliott in number 9. Now, Ron Bouchard really has got to do well because his qualifying speed was only in 191 miles an hour. That certainly won't get him in the race unless he finishes in the top 14. That battle is further back. That is the 11th place battle. The 9 and 47 are just off that first group of automobiles. They somehow got separated after that second restart, and they'll be very lucky. Although if they really keep drafting really close together, they just might be able to drag themselves back to that 9-car draft of the lead, which A.J. Foyt is still leading. When they come by Earnhardt. When they come by this time, 32 laps will be complete. 18 laps to go. They will have completed 80 miles. And the bubble right now is car number 89. That is Dean Roper. Dean Roper back there, and you see just in front of him, Elliott Forbes Robinson, the car from the state of Maine, number 23. Entered by the Bear brothers, Crawford Oxford Plain. Back to the leaders another time. Can Foyt stay there? Wiley gentleman from Houston, Texas. Stays out in front. You think that old A.J. is getting along in years and mellow. He comes out like he did in the 24 hours and puts it on everybody. He certainly seems to have mellowed down a bit, but he sure has helped him drive a racing car still. Look at this. 55 Joe Blow coming into pits extremely fast, nearly lost control as he got on that wet pit road. Managed to pull it off all right over there. There's old A.J. Foyt. There we see him pulling up, but it was a bit of a hairy entrance. 10th place car in the race is Ron Bouchard. Back to 11th is following car number 9 Elliott. As you watch the leaders, lapping a car going down to the Roger Hamby entry. All pushing and jockeying for position. They don't want to get out of line because you're only going to get alongside these guys, and you just immediately drop right back. Back to Larry Nuber in the pit.
Woods, Buddy Baker has been close to the front, but it looks like he has not gone for the lead. Is that intentional?
Well, like I said, he's got a gear in there that's better for draft than it is to lead. And he's just going to kind of set back in, try to feel everybody out. And actually, we need a little more gear in it to lead. And I don't know how it's going to turn out when we start running to the finish.
He's doing all that watching. Are we saying he's already beginning to plan strategy for the last lap?
Oh, I'm sure he's trying to feel everybody out and see how fast each one is and to see where to try to pass each one, you know. And you do this early, you know, so it comes down to the last few laps, you know which way to go.
The big tracks, Ken, are one of Buddy's specialties. I have a feeling he may be somebody to watch, particularly the last 2 laps.
21 Baker riding fourth. Waltrip sneaks a peek at first place. Pulls back in. Number 11, Waltrip. New colors for Waltrip this year, but the same determination. Fifth spot, Kyle Petty. What a run. The third generation of Petty's is making his 25th anniversary. His grandfather won the first Daytona 500 in 1959. Now the newest generation of the competition. Here's Blackie Wengren's car slowing down. Minnesota driver having some problems here today. Back with the leaders. Into turn number 1. Boyd on the point. Earnhardt willing to play it in second. Wait, lurking back there in third. Waltrip and the Junior Johnson prepared car.
I think everybody's pretty much prepared at the front at the moment to just keep the status quo. They don't want any more yellow flags so they can possibly avoid it. And as long as they all finish in this position, they'll be okay. But we're going to see some action as we get down to the last lap. There's so many cars went so close together.
Here they come off the corner again. I talked to Junior Johnson last night. Have you ever put any pressure on Darrell Waltrip? I said, no, not as long as he wins. This is the one he got to watch. Back to the tri-oval, down into turn 1. Coit stays right in front, rides high, then ducks down on the 31-degree banking. Very steady line. You can see him letting that car up just a little. Let's go to Ned Jarrett.
Ken Ricky Rudd, of course, has the fastest car here this week, proven by the fact that he'll be sitting on the pole for the Daytona 500, and that position is secure. That's one reason that he's content to be sitting back there running in 7th position right now. We talked to one of his crew members, asked him if there's anything wrong. He said, no, that we just take it easy. We don't want to tear the car up because we have our starting position for the Daytona 500.
It is a test bed for those fellows in the front row. For the rest of them, it is a matter of sheer desperation. Back to the line they come. And Kyle Petty begins to make a move under Darrell Waltrip out of the tri-oval. It's Kyle Petty on the inside, number 7. Waltrip on the outside for 3rd position. Directly in front is Boyd and Earnhardt. In turn number 1. Boyd and Earnhardt trying to draw away as the 11 and 7 run side by side. There's a 7-11 combination for you down the back straightaway.
7-11 combination, but look, by running side by side, how they've given A.J. Foyt and Dale Earnhardt, they've certainly given him about a 15-car length lead.
The car on the bubble in qualifying. Elliott, Forbes, Robinson on the bubble trying to put a lap or move by the number 64. Remember, he had trouble earlier, maybe a lap down. Number 78 says sayonara to the event. Slowing down, coming in Ricky Schiller's car. Back with the leaders. Going to turn number 1. Young man enjoying all the action here today. Now, because that Kyle has run side by side with Waltrip, the 2 leaders have gone away. What a break for A.J. Foyt and for Dale Earnhardt. That's what they wanted to have happen, and they get this break.
It's always a danger in this sort of racing to stay around too long alongside someone. Such a temptation to race them. But if you can't get by on the first slingshot, for goodness sake, try and get back behind them again. Otherwise, it can leave you all behind.
Lap number 38. Average speed in that lap, 191.5 miles per hour. Still, Foyt stays in front. A.J. Foyt's number 14 started 7th. A Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Then comes that Ford in 2nd place, and it's a grand old battle between Ford and General Motors.
There's Buddy Baker going low into turn 1 and 2. Trying to get round down Waltrip, and he's succeeded, too.
Baker back to 3rd, so you have Chevrolet 1 and 4. Ford's running 2nd and 3rd in this first 125-mile qualifier. 10 cars running in the lead lap. Back to turn number 3. Earnhardt looks like he might want to take a shot at it. 10 laps to go when they come by this time. 10 to go when they come by.
They're going to start some serious assessing of the situation at this stage now. With only 10 laps to go, they're really going to start pinning each other out and find their weaknesses and their strengths.
Back for the final 10 of the moment. Running down. 41 laps have been completed. 42 when they come by this time. Within 22 and a half miles of home in Victory Lane. Who will it be? Boyd is still there. Buddy Baker looks to the inside. The Fords run side by side into turn number 1. The Chevrolet stays on the point. Waltrip nestled in 4th. Back they go through the west end of the Speedway. Let's go to Larry Newberg.
Morris Petty, one of the brothers of the Petty clan. Kyle appears to be where he wants to be. Does he have anything left?
He can run real good, but
and they're doing a lot of jockeying around out there. When they pull out, they get side and side. Nobody wants to pull out because they're going to lose the draft. So I'm sure that Fort's leading the race, but he'll not win the race.
A few laps to go. Kyle did almost lose the draft. He almost got behind. Was there any response from him in the car?
He said the car was running real good if he gets get out by himself.
So it's a wait-and-see posture for Kyle Petty. Meanwhile, the guy who is leading this race, A.J. Foyt, right now his pit area is being visited by Ned Jarrett.
Who has driven stock cars for many years himself very successfully, is the car builder for the car number 14. Dick, you folks are very happy here that he's been out front as long as he has been.
Well, Ned, this is the longest time we've led a stock car race for a long time, and we feel like we're getting back competitive again.
Is he going to be able to stay out there? How about that last lap?
Ned, you got about 4 guys up there, and I believe one of them is as hard-headed as the other. It's going to be a heck of a last lap.
Well, that's the way we see it from the pits here, Ken. It will be interesting.
It shakes down to 6 cars in the lead lap. Back to the start-finish line. There's Richard Petty looking on, watching his son, who is one of those 6. The Pettys have won this race 9 times. Their grandfather won it the first year. Pete Hamilton won it for them in 1970. And Richard Petty, of course, the 7-time winner. There's the front 4. There's the car that they are reporting on the bubble as the Tommy Gale car. Number 64 of Ford. That's the car that we saw dragging his fuel can out of the pit area. So I thought he probably lost the lap at that stage. Our lead bunch now is down to only 6 cars. With 5 laps to go, and A.J. Foyt still leads Dale Earnhardt. Buddy Baker still in third spot. 16 cars in the lead lap. In first is Foyt. Now to the inside, moving up. Yellow car sneaking out for second and dropping back. Darrell Waltrip in the 4th position in car number 11. Riding 5th is Kyle Petty, and in the 6th position is Joe Ruttman. And Ruttman on the 8th. One of those 8 cars has suddenly gone right off the pace. I think it's the car of Darrell Waltrip. Darrell Waltrip's car suddenly lost steam. He's slowing down on the back straight, so that's Darrell Waltrip out of any chance of winning this race. Which leaves the front 3 cars, A.J. Foyt, Dale Earnhardt, and Buddy Baker out on their own, because Darrell's sudden slowing down there really pushed Kyle Petty and Joe Ruttman off the pace. There we see Darrell either rolling or at least driving very slowly down the pit. Back to the tri-oval. They put a lap on James Hilton. That's the last one down. 46 laps have been completed. The average speed a very slow 147 miles an hour because of 2 caution periods in the event. The first of the twin 125 milers. Can A.J. stay there? He angered his fellow driver in the 24 hours. And David Hobbs was there with the Bob Woolak, a French driver, German extraction. He was very upset that A.J. took over the car. He was concerned that A.J. couldn't drive a Porsche 935 and he couldn't drive in the rain. So A.J. went out and won the race with the fastest lap of the event in the rain. Waltrip on pit road. Let's go to Larry Newberg.
Darrell rolls in. He radioed from the track. He felt it was an ignition problem. Sometimes it's pretty difficult to tell exactly what's going on underneath the hood of these race cars that are out there at almost 200 miles per hour. But Darrell's suspicion was ignition. Of course, the crew is down in that department now. Remember, this will not ruin Darrell's chances of being in the 500-mile race.
When they come by this time, 48 laps complete, 2 laps to go. 120 miles down. It'll be a 5-mile shootout to decide it. Chevrolet runs in front. A.J. Foyt. Dick Hutchins is the crew chief. In the 2nd spot is Dale Earnhardt. Bud Moore, the crew chief. And then in the 3rd spot, Buddy Baker, who loves to go fast. The Wood brothers, the operators of that machine. Here they come. Down another time. 2 lap indicators given by Harold Kinder. And Kyle Petty and Joe Ruttman have really pulled back up into that leading trio. I saw the leading trio might have got themselves a bit of a gap there, but it wasn't to be. Kyle Petty is going extremely well today, and out of the pit pulls Darrell Waltrip, in fact. Now down just 2 laps. But as I said, it doesn't really matter to him because he qualified at 196 miles an hour, so he's going to be a shoo-in for the race in any event. But it does mean he'll have to start further down the pack. Indeed, he will. He'll be way out of the back of the field in Sunday's Daytona 500. Earnhardt looking down the inside. Kyle Petty having a go at Buddy Baker there on the inside as they come down turn 4. Lap traffic just coming up onto lap traffic. That car directly in front of them. They squeeze through.
That's Tommy Gale, I think, in that.
White flag. 1 lap to go. Tommy Gale overlap back into turn number 1. And now is the time for the maneuver. Kyle Petty, the first to move down to the inside in turn number 1. Kyle Petty drives inside of Buddy Baker. Baker on the high side. Kyle Petty dropping back. Does Floyd have enough? Petty stay there. He had no time to practice. No time to really get the car massaged and ready for this race. Car that's almost fresh out of the box, but it has the master. Now Earnhardt makes his move going to turn 3. Baker comes with him. Earnhardt into first, Baker into second, Floyd dropping to third. Around they come through 3. Floyd way high on the track. Down to the inside. Under A.J. Floyd. Moving up is Kyle Petty. Here they come, pounding for the finish. And Kyle Petty leans on A.J. Floyd. Here comes Baker to the outside. Winner's going to be Earnhardt. Checkered line. And the Fords have done it. They have run slowly in qualifying, but there ain't no holding them back now, David.
It certainly isn't. That car, Dale Earnhardt, has been running very strongly all week, and what a performance he put on today. Poor old A.J. Floyd, of course, leading so many laps, but you just know in the back of your mind that if you lead the penultimate lap in one of these really high-speed races, you almost sealed your fate.
Here's A.J. coming up to congratulate. Let's take a look at the photo finish.
And of course, not only do you drop them first and second, you drop them like first to whatever it was, 4th or 5th.
Let's take a look at the photo finish now. This first 125-mile race. Then he said the Fords would not be around, but take a look at this. As they drove to the line, Earnhardt beating Buddy Baker by just that much. What a christening to the redneck high holiday.
Really
and look, it looked like in the third spot moved Kyle Petty.
Look at him. I think he's just probably a coat of paint, a real coat of paint.
Shaped with his grandfather back in 1959. Let's take a look at that photo for third place. How about that? Kyle Petty takes A.J. Floyd as the line.
By the width of the line about, but then he had lent on A.J. as they came out of turn 4, and there's Joe Ruttman, who sat on the front row, coming in a very close 5th spot.
Final standings in the first 125-mile qualifying race. Dale Earnhardt, son of a great racing driver, goes to victory lane with Buddy Baker second, Kyle Petty third, A.J. Floyd in 4th, and Joe Ruttman of Upland, California, finishing 5th. To victory lane in the first 125-mile Daytona qualifier in Ned Jarrett.
Well, Dale Earnhardt has pulled this 1983 Ford Thunderbird into victory lane. You can see that smile on his face as he gets his safety paraphernalia unhooked. He'll be coming out in just a moment here. It's been a while since Dale's been in victory lane in a NASCAR Winston Cup race. He won only one race in 1982, and that was at Darlington, South Carolina. And he waves to the crowd. Dale, congratulations on a super run.
Thank you, Ned. That's a pretty tough race.
Yes, it was. You had to be planning all along. You sat there on A.J.'s bumper for, 15 or 20 laps. You knew what you was going to do.
Well, as Buddy and nobody messed me up there, I felt like I had a shot of beating A.J., but, they kept running up there and looked like they wanted to draft past us and try to get by us, and I just kept sticking it to A.J. and holding on, The car worked real well. Bud Moore and the crew and Wrangler and everybody did a heck of a job. Winston and Union, Champion, Goodyear, all the people that helped us out. It's a super day for us.
When you came here, you were really not that optimistic about this. He's christening his wife here. You were really not that optimistic about this 1983 T-Bird.
Well, I wasn't when I was trying to get qualified. It just didn't want to run as fast as I thought it ought to. And, after we got in the Busch race and it ran so well, I felt like, we had a good shot at winning the race here. And, it proved it today.
You got to feel good now going into the Daytona 500.
Well, I do. Starting third, that's a lot better than where we were. And, I think if we just have a safe day Sunday and the lower lookovers like it did today, I think we'll be all right.
Hey, that's the winner, Dale Earnhardt. Now, Larry Newber has Kyle Petty, who made a tremendous run at the end.
Kyle, close. You were the first one, or so it seemed, to make your move on the last lap. Is that the way it was planned?
Well, I don't know. I was going to kind of hang around in the race and follow Darrell there at the end, and he had trouble at the end. And when he blew up, I guess, or whatever, he got us separated from the front pack. So really, that blew all strategy. We was just trying to catch back up to the lead pack. And when we went off in 3 over here on the last lap, the 2 Fords went together and left A.J. hung out. And I seen a break to catch their draft a little bit and pull up beside him down coming off 4 here. So I figured it's worth a try to get him back to the line.
Just how close did you come to A.J. in the last turn, Kyle?
I don't know. We were pretty close, though. When I got down under him, the wind caught me, and it eased me up into him, towards him a little bit. I don't know if we got into each other, but I headed that way a little bit.
Did you look at each other?
No, I was looking straight ahead. I wasn't wanting to look nowhere.
Quickly, the coach of the team for the day, Mike Beam, did the player do a good job today?
Great.
Ken, I think there are a lot of happy faces down here. This race may portend something very positive for this team for the 500 on Sunday.
Indeed, it might. And the big story here, Dale Earnhardt, who was fined $10,000 in the Busch Clash for disobeying the black flag, comes out here today, and he sure paid attention to everything on the racetrack.
That's more than I earned in the whole year.
Coming up next, the second 125-mile Daytona qualifier with the all-time giant of the Daytona Speedway, the all-time giant of American stock car racing, all rolled into one name, Richard Petty. He'll be facing the two-time Daytona champion, Cale Yarborough, another two-time champion, Bobby Allison, who's had so much misfortune this week, losing 2 cars in serious bad crashes, and the man everybody's talking about who won the Clash of '83, Neil Bonnet. Stand by for the second 125-mile qualifier.